Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the CJ Nerf channel. Up today, we're going to give you the resolution to the video I made of the P90 water bullet gun. As you guys know, I got this blaster recently and I was so excited to do a review on it. And within 10 minutes of me firing it, this internal barrel actually popped through the front of the gun and landed on my driveway, making the gun inoperable. This thing was totally broken basically from the minute I got it out of the box. And although I love the aesthetics of this, obviously that's a problem. So today I'm going to let you know how I made out in my resolution with the gentleman that I purchased this from eBay. So you guys are not the only ones who may have ordered something and it just didn't come the way you thought it was going to. So here's my experience, here's how I made out, and I want to share that with you. So stay tuned. Alright guys, before we get into my resolution, I just want to give you a couple of tips if you're going to purchase off of eBay to save you a lot of headache in the long run. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you, research your seller. Look at his seller rating. Look at some of the comments of if he's had something go wrong. Look at his track record for how he handles it. You can really basically take a play-by-play looking at the notes of how this guy responds if there is an actual problem. And those two things together are pretty powerful. So if you get something from a guy who has a 100 rating and is always on top of his stuff, you pretty much can understand that if you have a problem, he's going to be right on top of it so it doesn't hurt his rating going into the future, right? So pretty good. So do your research up front, saves you more time on the back end. That's tip number one. Tip number two, read the description of whatever it is that you're going to purchase. And I don't mean just scan it and go, oh my God, I want this thing so bad, but you better look at it. Because if he says it's used and you have this idea in your head that this is going to be brand new, might be a problem, right? If there's pictures, take a look at them. Make sure you read very thoroughly all the stipulations. Make sure you understand what the return policy is. Is it at your cost? Is it at his cost? You really want to know these things before you make the purchase, because once you do, you're pretty much locked into whatever he says there in that comment section. Not that that's not flexible, but depending on how you handle the situation from your end will determine how flexible he is with you. All right? 3, if you have a problem once you receive whatever it is you're going to purchase, make sure in a timely manner you test it, open it, inspect it, and if there is a problem and you're going to open up a claim with this gentleman and you want to contact him to tell him that there's a problem, make sure that you are very articulate, make sure you are not emotional, you're not yelling at him, cursing at him, telling him, how could you send me this piece of crap? That's not going to work, right? If somebody approaches you like that, what do you automatically do? Hey, you get defensive, right? You don't want to hear that. You want to have somebody approach you and say, hey, look, we have a problem here. This is not what I expected. What are we going to do about this? It's a much better way of handling situations, not only on eBay, but in life. No mean to preach here, but I'm a dad. That's just my nature. Now, once you've taken the proper steps, give the gentleman time to respond. Don't just immediately go to eBay and try to slam him in his reputation. And do yourself a favor too. Don't lie. If the problem is legit, then by all means, go through the proper channels and do what you need to do. But don't get a product that's exactly as described and then say, just because you want to get your money back and hopefully keep the product, that's horrible. Yeah, so being ethical is very important, not only on this situation, but basically in life as a whole, right? Your word is your bond, right? You don't want to break that. So here's the other thing I'd say is if the gentleman does do the right thing and fixes your problem, then don't bash him, right? When you leave a review, a final review of him, give him the credit that he deserves. If he made the situation right and refunded you your money or sent you a brand new product, or took back the old product and, whatever that situation might have been, that he made it right for you, then don't slam him in the review. Be honest. Be like, look, I had a problem, but this guy was awesome. He took care of my problem right away. He made it right for me, and I walk away from this transaction willing to buy from him again if he has something else that I'd be interested in. It really goes a long way. It helps him in the future when he's going to sell stuff. And you know what? It's just the right thing to do. So now that I've had and said all that and my opinion on eBay as a whole, here's how I made out. Now, I researched my seller well beforehand. When I got the product, I had a big problem, as you guys saw on the video. I did not tell them that I ran a YouTube channel doing this. The first thing I did was I wrote a very articulate, blow by blow of exactly what happened when I operated this blaster. Told them I was familiar with these blasters because I am. Told him all the steps that I had done. He requested very quickly, I might add, for me to send him pictures so he could send to his manufacturer. So I knew right there he was basically selling through, he was a third-party seller for a manufacturer. So the blaster I got probably never even touched his hands. It probably came straight from a warehouse that he was selling from. So that's fine. I don't blame him for that. He's not doing quality control and sitting there and inspecting it, right? Okay, so he basically got my pictures, read my description. Now, keep in mind, his return policy was if I had a problem, I had to pay for return shipping. I politely asked him in the paragraph, I said, look, I don't want to send you something back and pay to ship something back that was literally broken with internal parts hanging out. I mean, because basically I'm still losing, right? I mean, I bought the piece, I got free shipping, but now whatever that might ship, whatever that shipping cost might be to ship back to China, I would be out that money, right? So I didn't think it was out of the realm to ask for my, to basically say, I really don't want to pay for shipping back. If you want to pay for the shipping back, I'll be more than happy to send it back. But I was very polite about it. I thought it was diplomatic. If I just didn't like the blaster, because he did have a stipulation in his return policy that if you don't like the item, you can return it, then I would have had no problem paying for the return shipping, right? Because that's really my issue, not his. But in this case, I thought it was very fair to ask for that. So I did. A couple days later, because it was the weekend, I sent it to him on like a Saturday. So he responded to me on Monday and told me basically, I'm going to refund you back all the money, keep the blaster, and it's a done deal. So today I'm going to go ahead and leave him feedback, and I'm going to make sure I leave him a 5-star rating. I'm going to explain the slight issue I had in a brief little, section, however many characters they allow you to do that. And I'm going to basically praise him about how he handled this situation. And would I buy from him again in the future? Absolutely, because I know if I have a problem, he's going to be right there on top of whatever that might be. So in this case, I'm kind of like torn. I'm glad I got my money back just because of the situation that came up. But I really wanted this blaster because I liked it. And I loved the way it looked. And I really wanted to do a pin board eventually of all the different water blasters that I end up getting. So kind of like a win-win, but I can't blame him. I mean, it's not really his fault. It's just an unfortunate situation, but he made it right. So I can't complain. I mean, it is what it is, right? Life happens. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys take some of these tips and apply them when you buy off of eBay. I think they could help you. And if you have another tip that I didn't cover, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what that might be. Because maybe there's something that you guys do that I don't do. So, we could all help each other. So once again, from our family to yours, have a great day, everybody. See you later.